Frustrated with complicated crochet patterns for angel ornaments? This tutorial breaks it down into simple steps everyone can follow. Hi, this is Krista at the Secret Yarnery. These work up so fast, so easy, and the only special thing you need is a wooden bead. These easy crochet angel ornaments are perfect for your Christmas tree, gift toppers, or even as a heartfelt handmade present. Simple and quick and oh so cute. To make your super easy crochet angels, you will need yarn. This is size 4 worsted weight or a 10-ply if you are in Australia. With this yarn, I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. You will also need a needle for sewing in your ends, a pair of scissors, and for each angel, you're going to need one bead. Here are the timestamps. You can jump back into where you left off, and let's get started. To make your angel, leave about a 12-inch tail. We're going to be using this to hang our angel at the end. So leaving a 12-inch tail, we're going to make a magic ring. So just hold that tail along your non-dominant hand. So our tail is here, and this is our working yarn. Wrap it around your 2 fingers, making an X, and bring it around that 3rd finger, also just holding it underneath your thumb. Turn your hand over so you have a short strand and a long strand. Grab your crochet hook, hook side facing down. Slide it underneath the short strand and on top of the long strand. Bring it back under the short strand and point the hook towards yourself. Slowly releasing your thumb so that long strand can slide. Turning the hook away from yourself and grabbing that long strand. Grab everything underneath your crochet hook, just giving a little pinch. Turn your hook and bring that yarn through the loop. Just like that. So there is our magic ring with a super long tail. And now we're going to chain 20. 1, 2, 3. If you'd like to follow along with the written pattern, all of my patterns are available on my website, secretyarnery.com, and all of my patterns are written in plain English, just like I was sitting there right beside you. 19 and 20. So it looks like this. Now we're going without twisting it, so just make sure those pretty V's are facing up. We're going to slip stitch into the ring, going under that tail as well. So 1 slip stitch into the magic ring. This is going to be our wings later, so that is just going to be left there for now. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. That counts as our first double crochet. Now wrap your yarn and into the ring, going underneath that tail as well. 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 double crochets into the ring, making sure we're going over that tail. 1 and 2, chain 1 and 2 more double crochets into the center of the ring, going over your tail. Just like that. Now we can pull that tail to shrink up that center. If you're using acrylic yarn, you can pull really nice and snug. We want it completely closed. And now flip it over. We want our long tail beside our loop. So just get that tail out of the way. Not the end of the world. We can always get it later, but we're going to need it there eventually. We can kind of roll our work. We want to be looking for that chain, the top of the chain 3. So our first double crochet is right there, and this is the top of our chain 3. So we want to be working right into the top of that chain 3. Just pop your hook in, shrink up your yarn, and make 1 slip stitch. So that is the beginning of our angel. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into this very same spot right here, we're going to make 2 double crochets. So right into that same spot, 2 double crochets. There's 1 and 2. Now we want to look for those chain 1 spaces. So there's a chain 1 space here and a chain 1 space over there. So we're going to work into both of these. So into the first chain 1 space, we're going to make 3 double crochets. So no chaining, we're just making 3 double crochets into the space. 2 and 3, and into the next space, right there, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So now it looks just like that. Fold it closed a little bit. Again, we're going to be looking for the top of that chain 3. So our first real double crochet is right there. We're going to be going into the chain beside it, the top of the chain 3. And we're just going to slip stitch to join. So just push your hook into the top of that chain 3, 2 strands on the top of your hook, shrink up your yarn again. We want a nice tight join, and slip stitch to join. So our little angel is growing, and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now into the very same spot, this little stitch right there, we're going to be making 1 double crochet. We're going to skip a stitch, so the next stitch is right here. We're skipping that one, and we're going to work into the second stitch with 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Skipping a stitch and into the second, 2 double crochets. So wrap your yarn and into the second stitch, 2 double crochets. And again, skipping a stitch and into the second, 2 double crochets. So that's what we're doing for this whole round. Skipping 1 and 2 double crochets into the second. Now we get back to where we started. We're still going to skip 1 and make 2 double crochets into this stitch right there. 2 double crochets. And we're going to slip stitch again to the top of our chain 3. Right there. So pop your hook in and slip stitch to join. Now it all looks like that, like a little bell. And chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So skipping this stitch and working into the second, just going to make 1 single crochet. Chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skipping a stitch, so skipping that stitch and working into the second with 1 single crochet. And we're going to be doing this all the way around the bottom of our angel. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skipping a stitch and into the second, 1 single crochet. Chaining 4. Skipping and into the second, 1 single crochet. Chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're right back where we started. So I'm just going to slip stitch right into that same stitch where we began. Just pop your hook in and slip stitch. Chain 1 to secure your yarn. Cut your yarn. Pull your hook up and your yarn through and snug that down to secure. So now we have our bell shape and our wings here, our loop. So what you can do, pull your center tail. That's going to close up that magic ring. And we're going to have a front and a back. So you can see where the magic ring is here. That is the front. And where our big loop is, that is going to be the back. So now to turn our loop into wings, we're just going to fold it in half along the back. Just like that. And thread your long tail. So thread your long tail onto your needle. Then we're going to start by using our long tail to secure our wings. So just make sure it's approximately in half like that. And then along the back side, just sew that loop down onto the back of your angel. And you want your tail coming right back up the top of your angel as well, because we're going to be next using our tail to join the head of our angel, the bead. So there we go. Wings are secured. Now we're ready to make a knot. So this is going to hold our head in place. Let me zoom out a bit for you. Okay. So just looping your angel on your hand. And if you hold up, for me, if I hold up my hand where those wings fit on my pinky, that is a good amount of yarn for me. I'll measure it for you. It is about 4.5, 4 3/4 inches, or 12 centimeters, one direction. So a 12 centimeter loop, or 4.5 inches. And then just pinching it. My needle is still threaded. I'm going to leave that there. We want to make a knot about 1 centimeter up from our angel, about right there, because we need to hold that bead onto our angel or onto our ornament. So just make a knot, just about like that. And we're going to shrink that one down, and we're going to do it one more time. Depending on the size of your knot, of your beads, the hole in the center. For my beads, they're pretty big, so I need a double knot. We just want to make sure our second knot is on top of our first knot. Now take your tail and poke it back down into your angel, and you could go ahead and sew in your tails. If you don't want to sew in your tails, you could also knot them up inside your angel. Just give them a nice knot and then cut them off. But of course, you're welcome to sew them in if you'd like. Now you can take your bead and just slide a smaller crochet hook into it and pull that tail through, or pull that tag through, and slide it right through so that knot is inside the head or inside the bead, and that holds it perfectly in place. And there is your super cute angel. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial as much as I did. I'm waiting for you in that video up there, and stay hooked. Good enough. This crochet angel works up super quick, basic crochet stitches, and all in one piece. We don't have to sew anything on. Up. Hi, this is Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Today we are making, I don't have to say that, what do I have to say? Hi, this is Krista. Hi, this is Krista at the Secret Yarnery. These work up so fast, so easy, and the only special thing you need is a wooden bead. These angels work up super quick, and you can get these beads at your local craft shop. If you don't have a local craft shop, look for an automotive shop. I got all of these from one of those beaded car seat mats, and that gives you about 900 beads. So you can just take that apart, and you have all the beads you need for your angels. These just use a scrap of yarn, about this much yarn in whatever color you're making your angels. I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook, and you'll need a needle for attaching your... I'm using size 4 worsted weight acrylic, or 10 ply, about this much, so not very much, just little scraps. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. You'll need a needle and a pair of scissors. Here are the timestamps. You can jump back into where you left off, and let's get started. I think that's good, right? Do I have to say anything else? I don't think so. Basic. Oh, I didn't do this one. Didn't do the beads. To make your super easy crochet angels, you'll need some yarn. This is size 4 worsted weight. To make your super easy crochet angels, you will need yarn. This is size 4 worsted weight, or a 10 ply if you are in Australia. With this yarn, I'm also using a 5mm crochet hook. You will also need a needle for sewing in your ends, a pair of scissors, and for each angel, you're going to need 1 bead. Here are the timestamps. You can jump back into where you left off, and let's get started.